Hey y'all, this is the video for February 2nd. We made it to Exodus. And if you've been reading with us, this week was all about Moses' life. Him being born in the basket in the Nile River, and the daughter of the Pharaoh finding him and raising him in the palace, him leaving Egypt, and then the burning bush, being called to go back to Egypt and save God's people. And then we had the 10 plagues and all that. So the unit for this month, remember, throughout the journey in 2020, every month we have a different unit. So the first one for January was God is in control. For February is God is holy. So our first week is from slavery to Sinai. And for the toddlers in stop 3 and 4, we have the little story. One thing that I was going to ask you to do, I know we have the iPad, but if you can get the Bible out, even pass it around. We have the little hard ones in the bin, and just pass it around for the kids to see and say, hey, the stories that we're learning come from the Bible. The Bible is God's word. The Bible is true. And just pass it around. You can even read it if you want, and then show the iPad. I just want to make sure they know and they make that connection that is not just a little movie like they watch it at home. It comes from the Bible. I want them to get used to holding, reading, looking at a Bible. And I know some of them might chew on it. It's okay. We'll wipe it later. But okay, so you read the little story. We're going to have the video on the iPad. The review is God kept baby Moses safe. God chose Moses to bring his people out of Egypt, and God sent Jesus because he loves us. We have a couple of activities for those two rooms. It's sing a song to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's about God saving Moses from the Nile. And then we can play Find Baby Moses. You just get it, one of the baby dolls that we have in the room. You ask the toddlers, hey, close your eyes. I'm going to hide baby Moses. And then you hide it in plain sight so they can find it quickly. And then you can say, you found baby Moses just like the Pharaoh's daughter found him and raised him. See, God took care of Moses. And he takes care of us too. He takes care of you and mommy and daddy. And then we're going to march to the music. And while they're marching, you can, make a line and let them follow you. And you can say, hey, now let's clap. And then clap. Or let's march. Let's stomp. And say, see, you did it just like Moses did. He obeyed God. And he followed what God told him to do. And then the last one is a little craft. It's baby Moses art. We're gonna give each toddler a blue sheet of paper. It's not construction, it's the cardstock paper. And then they're gonna get a baby Moses. It's already all cut up, and a coffee filter. And they're just gonna glue the coffee filter to the paper and the baby Moses to the coffee filter as it was in the basket. And while they're doing this, you can review the story and say, see, this is baby Moses. Remember the story? The mean Pharaoh didn't like baby Moses, wanted to kill him. So his mom put him on the basket, and the princess found him and raised him. And God had a plan for Moses' life. And just review the story and be excited about it. Because when you are excited about it, they totally get excited too. Okay, and then snack, potty or diapers, and that's it for stop 3 and 4. And the older stops, same story, a little bit more in depth. The video that we're gonna have for large group is not gonna be focused so much on the rescue from the Nile River when he was a baby, but God rescuing his people from Egypt. So focusing on the 10 plagues. So once the kids arrive, we have a welcome activity that's just making faces. You put kids face to face, pretending one is the mirror, and you call out emotions. So you say happy, and then they smile, and the other one has to copy, or sad, or angry, or scared. And you can say in the story that we're going to learn today, Pharaoh got mad, Pharaoh got scared, and then he got sad. And you're going to see it in a little bit. So it's funny. The kids like this game. And then after large group, we're gonna come back, and I brought a journal. If you haven't seen it yet, every kid in stop 5, 6, and 7 are gonna have a journal, which this one stays in the room. Please do not send it home. They already decorated. If it's a kid that has not been here this year, we have plenty of this extra so they can decorate. And in each page inside, this is empty, but every week they're drawing or gluing or sticking something that will remind them of the story. For example, for this Sunday, you can say, hey, you can draw the Red Sea, you can draw one of the plagues, you can draw baby Moses in the basket, or you can use that time for the older ones, especially kindergarten class. They can write a prayer request that they want, or they can write something about the story. I printed out a bunch of this little pictures. If you want to just give it to them, if they want it to color, and they can glue it to the journal page and review the story while they're doing, and just keep this in the room, please. And then we're going to play the plagues matching game. There's 2 bags of each of these in each class, and it's just lay this heads down on the table, and then they turn over till they find the matching piece. And then let's see, I don't think there's a craft for this group. Oh no, then you can play go, don't go. It's kind of like red light, green light. Make a line, they stay against a wall, and pick somebody to be the pharaoh. The pharaoh says go, and then the kids go. When the pharaoh says don't go, kids freeze, and whoever gets there wins. And then you can talk about, again, the story at the end. Always try to connect the story and what we've learned and what we've been reading during the week to whatever game or craft or any activity that we're doing in the class. If you have not started reading with us as a church, I encourage you to do it. Don't try to catch up and read all of Genesis. Just start at Exodus. This is a great one, full of great stories, and it's funny to read it and find little nuggets that maybe you didn't know, or you forgot, or never really paid attention. And when you do that, you already prepare for Sunday. So this is a great thing for all of us. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope everybody's healthy. I know this week was kind of punk, like it was a punk week. I don't know if you can say that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it was. Anyway, it was a hard week. I'm getting over something, so I apologize for the video. Hope you are doing great. See you Sunday. Have a good one.